Hey, I just want to show you a really fast way to throw these brownies together. I know that the recipe looks really long, but I want to show you how quick this really is. It seems complicated, but let me just show you how easy it is. You're going to take your egg white, break it into your bowl. Right now I'm using a whole egg because I'm actually making this for one of my daughters. But let's just say this is the egg white. Take a whisk. You're just going to whip it up until it's all foamy. We're going to add our vanilla extract. Pretty much all liquids go together and all powders go together. Set that aside. Powder. I've got my measured out protein powder. Thank you, True-Teen. Always love the True-Teen. Cocoa powder. I just use a Hershey's. This is a weak cocoa powder. I don't typically like to use this. I like to use something that's really heavy cocoa. So if you use something that's like a, 80% or something really high, you can use 1 tablespoon. But for this one, we do 2. Done. We have our coconut flour, 1 tablespoon. Done. We have this, again, it's for my kids. I'm going to use coconut sugar, but you guys are going to use stevia or Splenda. Dump your packet in there. Don't need a whole lot because the protein powder will sweeten it up a bit. Then a 1/4 teaspoon of your baking powder. Voila! A dash of salt. Done. Kind of stir that all up. And now we're just going to add our liquid to our powder, or our dry ingredients, I should say. Stir that up. I'm going to add my chocolate chips. Now if this were for you guys or myself, I would measure these out. But again, it's for the kids. I'm eyeballing it. I know about how much goes in. And then I'm going to add some of my applesauce. I just start adding it tablespoon by tablespoon because you don't want it too runny. You want to have kind of a nice thick fudgy consistency. And we're getting there. So that was about 1 tablespoon. Make sure your applesauce is unsweetened because if it's not, then you're going to add calories and sugar, carbs to your brownie, and you don't want that. You don't want that. This is a great way to get protein in, especially my kids are going through, or one of my kids is going through a phase right now where she's not eating much for meat, and I'm struggling to get protein in her. She's a gymnast and she definitely needs it. The other two, they're dancers and they spend a lot of time at practice, and it's nice to be able to have things that could be decently healthy to send them off to dance with. So here you see, I mean, it's thick and I want to, but I won't. Delicious. I've got my little 6-inch iron skillet. Cute, isn't it? I went to Target and bought this specifically for these brownies because I saw the recipe and I'm like, all right, I gotta make these. But when I figured out the macros for the original recipe, I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I bought the skillet for nothing because I knew I wasn't gonna make those brownies after seeing the fat and calories. So I knew that I would probably be able to come up with something a little more healthy and macro friendly. Now you can lick the spoon if you don't freak out about raw egg. There it is. I've got my pan. I'm going to pop this in the oven. It's at 350. I'll pop it in for about 15, 16 minutes. You might be less. This is a gas stove, which cooks a little bit and it bakes a little bit slower. When I use my electric ones, it bakes a little bit faster. So kind of whatever you're baking in, you guys kind of know how your ovens bake. So I'll pop this in, and there it is. How quick was that?